Alright, Schlockmeister fans, we're going to watch Slaughter High, 80s slash from, well, the 80s. Let's check it out.
Sure I do.
Carol's playing a joke on Marty.
Game for anything. You have done it before. What do you think you got here?
She's luring him with sex.
Me, I'm a sex machine. Where are you? Where are you gonna?
She wants him to undress in the shower there.
No, listen, nobody's gonna hear about this from. That's right. Are you ready? Just about. Here's Marty.
Draft.
The gym teacher eventually comes in and busts them all.
In the gym, 3:45, suited up, ready to go, and we're gonna find out what fun really is.
They're not done picking on him yet, though. There's more bullying to be had.
She's just down the block from you, doesn't she? So you get another chance. Anyway, just to show you there's no hard feelings, try this joint.
Later on, one of the guys, I think his name is Skip, is spiking something in the lab. Marty's a science nerd. And whatever he did caused a fire to break out. Which also causes some nitric acid to fall and splatter all over him. He'll live, but he's not well. Ten years later, she's an actress now.
I said forget it, Manny. You know what? I'd rather go to my crummy class reunion than do that picture.
It's high school reunion time,
It's great to see
and the old gang is getting back together.
I got my image to think about.
your image.
But apparently only Marty's bullies have been invited.
Oh, this and that. Hey, but shouldn't we be inside? Class is about to begin.
But who invited them?
Where the hell is everybody?
This someone's idea of a cute joke? Hey, don't look at me. I don't know who sent out the invitations.
So they go inside of the school, and a party has been set up for them.
Come on, you guys, let's party.
Hey, aren't those our lockers? Graphs took.
Talking about Marty.
When they finished with him, he still looked a real mess. Not that it mattered much anyhow. The doctor said he'd never be fit for human company again. His mind went berserk.
They run into the janitor, or former janitor.
We're knocking out this little place here next month. So if you want to have a last look around, that's all right by me. But just you don't go and start no fires.
But that caretaker then becomes the first victim. He even gets crucified. Well, one of the guys drinks something that apparently was spiked with something. Something that makes this happen. They then try to get out of there and find out that they're locked in.
Oh, God, that place is watertight.
Well, one of us has got to do something.
Finally, one of them does manage to find a window to get out of. The girl who got splattered with guts decides to take a bath to wash off, and then some nitric acid starts coming out of the spout. When her friends go to check on her, there's not much left.
Marty's come back.
Don't wander off alone. But there's still time for some nookie.
And then Joe came along, and it seemed so much easier. I want to go to bed with you, Frank.
This guy's doing something in the old auto shop. He's got something propped up there, some sort of little vehicle, which he now has to hold. Apparently it's a riding lawnmower. That's not going to help him hold it up. She wants him to talk dirty.
Talk dirty, Frank. Talk dirty.
Tits.
Dirty, dirty.
Fuck. Tits. Screw.
But then they fry.
Nancy, listen. It's dawn. April Fool's Day ends at noon. Marty won't hurt us after midday, I'm sure of it.
So Skip is grabbed and hung up.
My picture.
This girl panics.
Get me next. Nancy? Nancy? Nancy, come back!
She manages to get outside and then falls into something. Remember that scene in The Christmas Story? Well, shoot your eye out, kid. That's the end of Nancy. Carol's the last one left now, and of course, she's gonna find the bodies and get chased by the killer. At one point, she does get the upper hand, though. I guess Marty has multiple photos of himself like that because he popped out more than once. Turns out Skip didn't die when he was hung. He actually fell down and is now wandering around. This is gonna kill him, though. Oops. Think Marty's dead yet? No, he's not. And even though Carol is the final girl, she's not going to survive this movie. And then things get weird when Marty starts seeing the ghosts of everybody he just killed.
Can't you take a joke, Marty?
But is it all a dream? Our last scene in the movie. Alright, let's talk about Slaughter High. It came out in 1989, I think. It's a movie that I can't remember if it came out in 1986. I'm so wrong. Maybe I taped it in 1989. I don't know. Anyway, I can't remember if I actually taped this off of cable or if I rented it and copied it, but I think I taped it. I don't know. But anyway, saw it a few times back in the day. I've seen it maybe once in the last 30 years, and I saw it again today. It's a typical 80s slasher movie starring Carolyn Monroe, who, by the way, at the beginning of this film, they're supposed to be high school kids. She's 35 years old when they were filming this. Looks good, but she didn't look like a kid. But anyway, we have I guess a group of maybe 9 or 10 kids, and they're playing a prank on this guy named, what was it, Marty? I think his name? Marty? I don't know. And Carolyn Monroe takes him into the locker room. She's under the guise that they're going to have sex. And he's kind of like this nerdy virgin type, but he doesn't really have sex. They end up, he gets completely naked. And then all these other kids, they're basically bullying him. They surprise him. They're filming him. And then they take him naked and dunk his head in the toilet. And then eventually the coach comes in and clears them all out of there. And then they play another prank on him later on. They put something, he's like this science nerd, and they put something in that causes a fire. And then this acid falls and it splashes on his face and he's disfigured. And then he gets taken away in an ambulance, and then that's the last we see of him. Fast forward 10 years later, all of these bullies end up getting an invitation to a high school reunion back at the same high school. But it turns out it's not a reunion for everybody from that class. It's just those 9 or 10 people, the bullies. So they all arrive and they see each other. Hey, it's nice to be back, but where's everybody else? Who knows? I don't know. I can't explain it. But they go inside anyway. They go inside the school, and there's a party set up for them. It turns out it was obviously all set up by Marty, who was taking his revenge 10 years later by killing them off one by one. And that's pretty much what he does. Eventually, they kind of figure out that Marty's probably the one doing it because he leaves a few clues behind, like his yearbook and stuff. We see the film at one point where they were making fun of him. And then Marty basically picks them off one by one. And then we're finally left with Carolyn Monroe. She plays, is it Carol or Stella? I can't remember what her name was in this movie, but she's the last girl in this movie. Looks exactly the same 10 years later. And you think she's going to survive, but then she gets lured into the same locker room or the girls' shower room, whatever it was, where they played the prank on him 10 years earlier, and then Marty reveals himself and he stabs her with some sort of spear or something and kills her. Basically, Marty killed everybody. And it didn't quite end that way. We do see like Marty wake up like in a nut house. He's disfigured. So was it all a dream? I don't exactly know. But the last scene in the movie, the doctor comes in, and then Marty takes a hypodermic needle and stabs the doctor in the eye. I'm not exactly sure what that ending all meant, or was it all a dream? Who knows? But that's the movie. It's interesting because the original title of this movie was supposed to be April Fool's Day, but then they found out that there was another April Fool's Day coming out already, so they changed it to Slaughter High. This movie is filmed in the UK, and over there, April Fool's Day has different rules than it has here, if it has rules at all. But over here in America, April Fool's Day is all day, April 1st. But over there, it's only April Fool's Day up until noon. Once noon, if you try to pull a prank or something, you're the fool or something. I don't know. But that's what they go in this movie. They just said, hey, if we live past noon, we're going to be okay. You won't kill anybody after April 1st. But similar to the movie April Fool's Day, where the whole thing was not real, that could have been what the deal was here, which is interesting because they were both completely separate movies. And but yeah, anyway, that's Slaughter High. The director of this movie was actually dating Carolyn Monroe at the time, though they were doing it secretly. They ended up marrying and they stayed together until he died, I think not too long ago, actually. They had some kids together. But the real tragedy here is the guy who played Marty, the nerd, the killer, and his name was Simon Scudamore. It's the only movie he ever did, but shortly after this film was done filming, he committed suicide. Apparently it was a drug overdose, an intentional drug overdose. But his mother said he'd been depressed for years and that sort of thing. But anyway, that is Slaughter High. So yeah, it's a pretty decent movie for an 80s slasher movie. I enjoyed it. So there you go. It's available on DVD, Blu-ray from Vestron here. I will leave a link down below to Amazon if you're looking to get it. You can usually get this for maybe $20 or so. So anyway, check it out. It's Slaughter High. Let me know what you think about it. Leave some comments. Watch it. Bye.